Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Friends, before going into the details of the war, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell. Please support by subscribing and turning on the notification bell. We are a strong community. Political analyst explains why Putin needs to declare martial law in occupied Ukraine. Political analyst Mykola Daviduk in an interview with Radio NV has explained why Russian dictator Vladimir Putin has imposed martial law in temporarily occupied areas of Ukraine. Read also. Zelensky urges Ukrainians to leave Russia-occupied areas. Daviduk first explained to Radio NV that Putin is a legally incompetent person who makes decisions that have no effect at all, that are legally insignificant and illiterate. The analyst linked the declaration of martial law in the occupied areas with economic and political unrest in Russia caused by the Kremlin's partial mobilization. Due to this, Putin claimed the so-called partial mobilization in Russia will end in 2 weeks, and is instead now trying to mobilize the occupied territories to make Ukrainians fight. That is, he intends to replace the Russian force with mobilized Ukrainians, using them with barrier units, Daviduk said. Also, he said Putin's imposition of martial law in the 4 Russian-occupied parts of Ukraine was a demonstration of the dictator's power over this territory. He held sham referendums, but neither the world nor the Ukrainian armed force recognized it. Moreover, Ukraine has retaken part of the annexed area since then. He desperately needs something to show his power in this area, Daviduk said. On October 19, Putin declared martial law in the annexed areas of Kherson, Zaporizhia, Luhansk and Donetsk oblasts of Ukraine. Ukrainian presidential advisor Mikhailo Podolyak, in response, said that this does not change anything for Ukraine. We continue the liberation and deoccupation of our territories. Podolyak said he considers it only as a pseudo-legalization of looting of Ukrainians' property by another regrouping. The term is used in Kremlin propaganda to refer to a retreat by Russian troops. Putin's martial law in the annexed regions of Ukraine as preparation for the mass deportation of the Ukrainian population to depressed areas of Russia in order to change the ethnic composition of the occupied territory, said the Secretary of Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council, Oleksiy Danilov. He suggested the United Nations should condemn this crime, which has been already committed by Russia in Crimea and still remains unpunished. Russian missiles attack Lutska, Rivne and Khmelnytsky oblasts. Power and water supplies disrupted. Russia launched yet another missile attack across the whole of Ukraine on the morning of October 22, with missile impacts reported in Lutska, Rivne, and Khmelnytsky oblasts in the west of the country. Regional authorities reported on Telegram that the missile strikes caused problems with the electricity and water supplies. The mass air raid alert was declared in every part of Ukraine, except for Ukraine's Russian-occupied Crimea, at about 7:30 a.m. local time. At 8:58 a.m. Khmelnytsky Governor Serhiy Hamalyi reported explosions in his region. Explosions are heard in Khmelnytsky Oblast. Take care of yourselves. Stay in shelters, he wrote in his Telegram channel. Soon after there were reports of explosions in Lutska, the city of Rivne, and Rivne Oblast, according to public broadcaster Suspilne. After the explosions, information about power and water outages in Lutska and some districts of Rivne Oblast appeared in local social media groups. Information about the strike in Rivne Oblast was confirmed by Regional Governor Vitaly Koval. Emergency services are working in the city of Koval, the mayor of the city, Ihor Cheka, reported. Residents were urged to stock up on water and charge all devices until the power supply is restored. Lutska Mayor Ihor Polishchuk announced that the Russians had struck an energy facility in the city, and that the emergency services are at the scene. The explosions in Lutska also damaged a private house, with one person suffering burns. According to preliminary information, no one was killed in the strike on the house. Later, Khmelnytsky also reported that it had lost electricity supply. The city council asked residents to stock up on water as it would also disappear in an hour, as water supply pumps had stopped working due to the loss of power. Ternopil City Mayor Serhiy Nadal confirmed that there were problems with the electricity supply in neighboring districts. The Ivano-Frankivsk-based power company Prikarpatia Oblenergo in western Ukraine said that due to enemy attacks on the morning of October 22, the power system had become unstable, and there is a shortage of power that may lead to temporary blackouts. Meanwhile, a Ukrainian army aircraft shot down a missile over the Dnistrovsky district of Chernivtsi Oblast, with debris from the weapon falling into a lake. There was no damages to facilities and houses, said Regional Governor Ruslan Zaporanyuk. Air defenses were also triggered in Lviv Oblast. Zakarpattia Regional Governor Vasyl Mikita wrote that the enemy was targeting the neighboring regions. Missiles are in the air, stay in shelters, Mikita wrote at 8:53 a.m. The president's office has since reacted to Russian strikes on infrastructure in western Ukraine. More missile attacks from terrorists who are fighting with civilian infrastructure and people, Volodymyr Zelensky's chief of staff Andriy Yermak said. Whatever, we will hold out. The Russians dream of problems in the rear and stopping the liberation of Ukrainian territories is infantile. We are only getting angrier every day. And this means that we will give an even stronger response. Everything will be Ukraine. The authorities of the western regions are urging residents to stay in shelters until the end of the air raid alert. In other regions of Ukraine, no information about missile impacts has been received so far. Explosions have been heard in Odessa, Chernihiv, Kyiv and Kirovohrad oblasts. Early reports indicate air defenses have been active. On social media, video has been posted showing Russian cruise missiles in flight over Ukraine, a Ukrainian fighter apparently shooting down a missile, and sounds of Iranian flying bomb drones. Russia's missile strike. Ukraine's air defense shot down 18 missiles. Valentina Romanenko, Saturday the 22nd of October 2022, 11:41 Russia deployed Kh-101 and Caliber missiles to attack Ukraine on the morning of Saturday the 22nd of October. Ukraine's air defense shot down 18 of the Russian missiles. Source: Air Force Command on Telegram. Quote, at 7 o'clock on the 22nd of October the occupiers carried out a large-scale missile strike on Ukraine. Critical infrastructure facilities across Ukraine have been targeted. The enemy deployed at least 10 Tu-160 and Tu-95 strategic aircraft which set out from the Volgodonsk area in Rostov Oblast in the attack. A total of 17 Kh-101, Kh-555, cruise missiles were launched. The Russians, additionally launched 16 Caliber cruise missiles from ships based in the waters of the Black Sea. Details: Air Force Command reported that Ukraine's aircraft, anti-aircraft missile forces, and mobile fire units destroyed 18 enemy missiles in areas under the responsibility of Center, Pivden, South, and Zakid, West, Air Force Commands. Russia-Ukraine War. List of key events, Day 241. As the Russia-Ukraine war enters its 241st day, we take a look at the main developments. Russia has accused Ukraine of rocketing the Nova Kakhovka Dam and planning to destroy it in what Ukrainian officials called a sign that Moscow might blow it up and blame Kyiv. Neither side produced evidence to back up their allegations. To Ukrainian soldiers entrenched north of Kherson, a drop-off in Russian shellfire and armor movements signal that their foes dug into a nearby tree line are suffering serious manpower, supply and hardware woes. Russian air attacks have hit at least half of Ukraine's thermal generation capacity, causing billions of dollars of damage since October 10, though not all power units have stopped working completely, Ukraine's energy minister said. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.